This is Awesome News Daily. I'm David Beach, bringing you awesome stories every single day. Stories like this. An Australian public library has had a book returned an estimated 150 years late and has no way of tracking down the errant borrower, a librarian said recently. The book, Antiquities of Athens, published in 1858, was returned to the library in the seaside town of Kiama last week by a man who found it during a recent home renovation inside a tea crate bricked into a sealed fireplace, says Michelle Hudson, Kiama library manager. We've never had anything that old come back to us, Hudson says. I follow lots of libraries on social media, and often you'll get things that are maybe 30 or 40 years old when they're cleaning out estates and stuff like that. But the Books Finder did not immediately respond to the Associated Press request for comment. The late return fine would be around 28,000 Australian dollars or $19,500, allowing for inflation, Hudson said. That was calculated on the British 3 pence a week overdue fee that was printed on the inside cover of the book, along with a list of rules that applied when the library opened in 1872. But Hudson said there was no way of tracing the final borrower who had accrued the debt. The library journal from the 1870s that recorded who borrowed a book and when had it been lost. Unfortunately, we have a missing link. There's nothing in the book that tells us who the last borrower was. Library rules in the 1870s stated that a book had to be returned and an overdue debt paid before another book could be borrowed. Maybe that's why they never returned it to us. Antiquated rules of the day included that up to 3 books could be borrowed by households in which at least 6 members were known to be able to read. Proof of reading ability is no longer required to use today's library. In the 1870s, books were not lent to people who arrived at the library in a state of intoxication. Library users are now asked to leave if their behavior impacts others, but the rules are not specific about intoxication. The book, which has some water damage from its years under a chimney, was marked as number 506 in the library's original collection of around 1,000 books. I have more books than that library. She expects the book was lost within a few years of the library opening. The return book will be displayed in the library's local history collection. We're not going to allow it to go back out again. We don't want to wait another 150 years for this book to be returned. It got there. That's awesome news. This is Awesome News Daily. I'm David Beach, dealing with chemo voice. Please be patient, have fun, and go find a way to make someone's day. Check out a book for them.